Welcome to Foodie Live. Today we are going to test your culinary IQ. We're going to be doing a game show, and if you are joining us live on Facebook, the questions and answer choices will come up live on your screen. Make sure that you play along. We're going to have a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first question is, what is this vegetable right here? We'll give you a close-up look of it. What root vegetable is this? Oops. Right there. Oh, can we get it to focus? It's not focusing. It's not focusing. That's okay. What root vegetable? There we go. They just went a little wider. Ooh, don't look at the answers. What root vegetable is this? We'll give you a full look. Make sure. Is the question up here? The question is up. Everyone get your answers locked in. I'm going to join us. What root vegetable is this? This is our first question. Do you know what root vegetable this is? It's actually a little bit crazy what it is. And it's a misnomer. Okay, are we ready to reveal our answer? Lock in your answers. The answer to this, what is this? Is it horseradish, celery root, turmeric, or kohlrabi? This is celery root. Now, I know it's a little bit confusing because you think, oh, that's the root of a celery plant? No, it's not. It's actually something completely different. It's harvested for this root portion. It has a leafy portion that grows, but you only eat this part. This is celery root. It has a distinctive taste. It's a cross between like really strong celery and parsley. So there you go. Did you get it right? Let's move on to our next question. Keep playing along. Looks like most of you got it right. Okay. Which of the following is not an ingredient in mirepoix? This is like a standard like sauce making, soup making mix of vegetables, which is not an ingredient. So we have carrots. A is carrots, B is onions, C is bell pepper, D is celery. Which one is not is the key word, which one is not an ingredient in mirepoix? This is really interesting. Which one is it? Lock in your answers. It's carrots, onions, bell pepper, celery. Which one is not an ingredient? And this is a little bit of a trick question. The answer, are we ready to reveal the answer? The answer is bell pepper. Bell pepper is not an ingredient in mirepoix. We actually have a clip that we can show of what a mirepoix contains. Do we have this clip? Yes. So you can see it has onions, carrots, there's our celery. That's it. That is a mirepoix, and you saute it in a little bit of fat. This is the basis of flavor. It's like the building blocks of flavor. Now, bell pepper was a little bit of a trick question because if you are a Southern cook, then you probably do add bell peppers, bell pepper, onion, and celery instead of carrots. That they call it the holy trinity of Southern cooking. A mirepoix is also just considered the trinity of cooking. So it's the basis of building flavor. All right, question number 3. I hope that you guys will get this one right. For which of the following desserts might you use a water bath? That's really, okay, what might you use a water bath for? A cassata, B, a cheesecake, C, sugar cookies, or D, a bundt cake? This one should be pretty easy. You guys got the bell pepper. You guys actually, the majority have answered the questions correctly so far. But which one is this one? Lock in your answers, and the answer is cheesecake. So we can show a little clip of a cheesecake being cooked in a water bath. I do my cheesecake a little bit differently. I elevate the pan on foil, and then I surround it with ice, which of course will melt in the oven. And a water bath, are we showing this clip of a water bath? Okay, there we go. A water bath, you can see I put ice around mine. A water bath will help your dessert cook more evenly so you can get that perfectly cooked cheesecake, which, you know, you really want that. All right, looks like you guys understand that one too. That was an easy one. All right, question number 4. We got another live ingredient. What ingredient is this? This is probably something, let's see, can we get a clip? This is probably something you don't cook with very often, But what is the name of this vegetable? Is it A, broccolini, B, broccoli rabe, C, broccolette, or D, romanesco? This one's a tough one. This one's a tough one. Can you get the answer? We'll give you a nice view of everything. What is the name of this vegetable? Now you notice broccoli is not an option. This is not broccoli. This is a different item. It's a different ingredient. What is it? Lock in your answers. Is it broccolini, broccoli rabe, broccolette, or romanesco? We are about to reveal our answer. If we go back to me here, we'll reveal our answer. This is broccolette. Now, you may have never used this vegetable. Broccolette is a cross between kale and broccoli. It has a much sweeter, some of you may have answered broccolini. Wouldn't surprise me, that's probably what you thought it was. But broccolini, this broccolette has a sweeter, a more mild, sweeter flavor than broccolini. So if you ever see broccolette in the store, now you know what it is. All right, next question. In cooking, a slurry blanks a liquid. Is it A, thins? Does the slurry thin a liquid? Or is it B, does a slurry thicken a liquid? C, does a slurry warm a liquid? Or D, does it cool a liquid? What is your answer? Lock in your answers. We'll give you just a second so you can play along at home and test your culinary IQ. Are we ready? Oh, looks like you guys all thought it was broccolini on the last one. That's really funny. What do you think it is on this one? I'm hoping that you guys get this one right. A slurry, the answer is it B, thickens. And we have a clip to play for you for that to show you how a slurry is used. And this is for my orange chicken. So I have some cornstarch that I mix with a liquid, which I used water for this. And then you can see I pour it in with my sauce. Stir that in, heat it up, and it will thicken your liquid, and it's a nice, beautiful sauce to go over orange chicken. All right, next question. All right, this is kind of fun, isn't it? Do you think this is fun? Let me know in the comments. And if you have a friend that you want to test and pit yourself against, make sure that you tag them and have them join along and play along with us so that you can see which of you has the most food knowledge. There will be 17 questions. We are on to question number 6. Which is, what does al dente mean in Italian cooking? What does al dente mean? Does it mean A, to the tooth? Does it mean B, till it bites? C, to the bite? Or D, till it's done? This might be a little bit hard one. I'm wondering if we might trick some people on this. Let's find out. Lock in your answers. To the tooth, till it bites, to the bite, or till it's done. What does al dente mean in Italian cooking? Do you guys have your answer locked in? We're ready to reveal. The answer is A, to the tooth. And I think we have a clip of some pasta cooking. When you cook pasta in the water, you want to cook it so that it still has a little bit of a chew to it. You don't want it to be a soggy pasta. This is my pasta carbonara, which is such a good recipe. You guys love it so much. So you want to make sure you don't overcook the pasta. It needs to have a little bit of a bite to the tooth with it. So this one's kind of fun. All right, next one. Question number 7. What ingredient is not included in a traditional everything bagel? Now, I don't have an everything bagel today, but I do have this everything bagel bread, which is delicious. I bought it at the store. What ingredient? We're talking about this spice mixture that goes on the top. Let's get a close-up of that. We have okay, look at all those spices. What is not included in traditional everything bagel spice? Black sesame, paprika, poppy seed, or sea salt? I feel like just looking at this, you probably know the answer. So lock in your answers. Which ingredient is not included in a traditional everything spice bagel? Are we ready to reveal the answer? The answer is B, paprika. Paprika is not included. Otherwise, you'd see a reddish tint to your everything bagel, which it doesn't have. So, You do have black sesame, poppy seed, and salt. It's so good. I love everything bagels. They are probably easily my favorite bagel ever. All right, question number 8. We don't have a visual for this because I don't want to throw you off. Which of the following is not a kind of fish? We want you to lock in your answer. Is that A, turbo, B, wahoo, C, owlhead, or D, opa? Which one is not a type of fish? Is turbo a fish? Is wahoo a fish? Is owlhead a fish? Is opa a fish? Which one is it? Which one is not a type of fish? Lock in your answers, and we're about to reveal the real answer to the question, which is C, owlhead. That is not a type of fish. But you might see turbo, wahoo, or opa on any menu for fish. They are all delicious. All right, on to question number 9. This one's simple. It is a true or false. And I have a little visual for you on this. Does Italian parsley have, it's a little bit wet. Does Italian parsley have curly leaves or flat leaves? True or false? Wait, that doesn't even make sense. I read it wrong. Italian parsley has curly leaves. True or false? What is it? Is this Italian parsley with the curly leaves? Is this Italian parsley with the flat leaves? Which is it? True or false? Italian parsley has curly leaves. Lock in your answers. We're about to reveal the real answer. The real answer is false. Italian parsley has flat leaves. So next time you're in the grocery store and you see the flat leaf parsley and the curly leaf parsley, flat leaf parsley is Italian parsley. You might even see that marked on your little bouquet of herbs. All right, on to question number 10 of 17. This one, I hope that you can get. A roux is made with equal parts flour and what? Is it A, sugar? Is it B, butter, C, water, or D, cornstarch? When you make a roux, what do you mix with the flour? Is it flour and sugar, flour and butter, flour and water, flour and cornstarch? Lock in your answers. It's soup season. You'll probably be making a lot of roux coming up. So which is it? What is a traditional roux ingredient that goes with the flour? Lock in your answers, and we have the answer to reveal. It is B, butter. Now, I think I may have fooled some of you with the cornstarch, because you can use cornstarch to make a roux. A roux is a thickening agent for sauces and soups. You use it all the time. Now, we have a little clip showing how to make a roux. So you melt some butter. Oh, it's probably a little stretch there. That's okay. You melt some butter, or any type of fat really, and you add in flour. Oop. Uh-oh, we may have given away an answer to an upcoming question. Ignore. All right, so you mix the butter or a fat, any kind of fat, with flour. Sometimes I use bacon grease because bacon is delicious. You mix fat and flour and you have a roux which will thicken up a sauce or a soup. On to question number 11, which you just got a preview of. In Eggs Benedict, how are the eggs cooked? A, scrambled, B, poached, C, hard-boiled, or D, over easy? How are eggs cooked when you make traditional Eggs Benedict? You have that little English muffin, toasted English muffin on the bottom, a little bit of ham right on top of that. Oh, so good. You have your egg, you have a hollandaise sauce that goes over it, but how is that egg cooked that goes on top? A, scrambled, B, poached, C, hard-boiled, or D, over easy? Lock in your answers because we're about to reveal. The answer is B, poached. So we can go back to that clip and play it for you. Let's see, do we have it? There is a traditional Eggs Benedict. So good. We're still moving on to other clips here. Sorry, guys. This is our first time running a game show. All right. That does introduce our next question as well. Which of the following is considered a wet heat method of cooking? Is it A, broiling, B, roasting, C, braising, or D, frying? What is the answer. A wet heat method of cooking. Broiling, roasting, braising, or frying. Lock in your answer. You guys all got it seems like most of you at least got the poached, right, for poached eggs. But what is a wet heat method for cooking? Lock in your answer because we are about to reveal. The answer is C, braising. So I have a recipe that's really popular for braised beef short ribs, which we can show that clip. Hopefully we don't move on to the next one this time. So you put it in liquid, we have some beef broth in there, have an aromatic with the rosemary, put the lid on and put it in the oven. So there's steam that's created as that liquid heats up in the oven and you cook it. Most of the time when you're cooking things in a crock pot or slow cooker and you add a liquid, you're braising it. Slow cooker is a way to slowly braise things. It's delicious. It works really well for tough cuts of meat that need a really long time to cook. All right, on to question number 13. Most of you got the braising right. Fooled some of you on that one. 13. Baking soda is used in baked goods for what reason? What does baking soda do in a baked good? Does it A, make the dough rise, B, make the dough bake faster, C, make the dough last longer, or D, make the dough saltier? What does baking soda, why do we add baking soda to things like cakes or cookies or even some types of bread? Why do we add baking soda? Is it to help the dough rise, to help the dough break faster, to help the dough last longer, or does it just add a little bit of a saltier flavor? Lock in your answer because we are about to reveal that it A, makes the dough rise. So hopefully you guys got that one. I love bread making, especially now that it's cooled off. My oven doesn't heat up the house. I love making homemade breads and cakes and cookies. We're about to hit the holiday season, which has tons of baking, tons of cookies. Make sure you know what your ingredients do. All right, number 14. This is a great one with Thanksgiving coming up. What is the name of this ingredient? Let's see if we can get a close-up. What is the name? Where are we? There we go. What is the name of this ingredient? I'm gonna trick you guys so good on this one. What is the name of this ingredient? Lock in your answers. I'm really excited to see what you guys think the answer is on this one. Lock in your answers because we are about to reveal. Da, 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 da. Let's go back to me. The answer is B, sweet potato. I know that a lot of you probably thought this was a yam and that this is a sweet potato, but I'm about to blow your mind maybe or give you some new culinary knowledge. Both of these, looks like a bunch of you got it right. Both of these are sweet potatoes. Now, sometimes you see in the grocery store that this with the red skin is labeled as a yam, but that is not the case at all. This is a orange-fleshed sweet potato, and this is a light-colored, light-skinned sweet potato. Both of these are technically sweet potatoes. Yams are a distant cousin that look completely different. They're much bigger. They usually have like a purple, almost black flesh to them. They're found in Caribbean cooking, so if you've ever taken a trip to a Caribbean island or Jamaica, you may have had a real yam. But I have never seen real yams ever sold in my grocery store in the United States. These are both sweet potatoes. Despite what the grocery store tells you, this is not a yam. It's a sweet potato. Yams are something that's completely different. I know, right? Why do they insist on calling this a yam? It's kind of a southern thing with Caribbean immigrants moving up into the South. There's just some weird naming that happened. It's actually totally not true. These are sweet potatoes. All right, and it looks like I did fool you guys on that one. Not many of you knew that one. There's the tricky one. If you want to test your IQ against someone else and see if they can know the answer to that question, make sure you tag them, share this with a friend so that they can find out too. We are getting to the end here. We are on to question number 15 of 17. What does it mean to saute something? Is it A, to fry something in a small amount of fat? Is it B, to fully submerge something in hot oil? Is it C, to cook something under direct heat? Or is it D, to cook in a hot pan before finishing in the oven? What does it mean to saute something? Make sure you lock in your answers. Sauteing, is it frying in a amount of fat, fully submerging in hot oil, cooking under direct heat, or cook in a hot pan and then finish in the oven? What does it mean to saute something? This is something I do all the time in my cooking videos. I'm constantly saying to saute this, saute that. So what does it mean? Lock in your answers. And the answer is A, to fry something in a small amount of fat. So you can see some butter and olive oil going into that pan, and then adding in a bunch of carrots and celery and cauliflower. I'm making a cauliflower soup here. And then you cook it and fry it in that small amount of fat. That is what it means to saute something. So hopefully you got that one right. Let's move on to question number 16. 2 more to go. A basic pesto sauce contains Parmesan cheese, basil, olive oil, and what? Does a pesto contain A, water, B, pine nuts, C, pepper, or D, tomato paste? I love making pesto, especially in the summer. Toss it with some pasta or some gnocchi. Use it as a sauce on a pizza. Toss it with some potatoes. I have some amazing pesto roasted potatoes on my website. Pesto is delicious. It packs a flavorful punch. But what ingredients does it contain? We know it has Parmesan cheese, basil, and olive oil, but what is that 4th ingredient? Water, pine nuts, pepper, or tomato paste? Which one is it? Lock in your answer because we are about to reveal. We can go ahead and show a clip of making pesto. There's our basil. There's our Parmesan cheese. Then, oh, we have garlic too. That's also an important ingredient. Olive oil and B, pine nuts. And there you have some beautiful pesto. The answer is B, pine nuts. If you don't have pine nuts because they are super expensive, you can also use walnuts or pecans to make a walnut pesto or a pecan pesto, but the traditional ingredient is pine nuts. All right, on to our last question. And this is good with Thanksgiving coming up once again. What is the internal temperature that chicken and turkey, so any kind of poultry, this is my meat thermometer. It's a Thermapen from ThermoWorks. This is my favorite thing ever. This is the only thermometer you'll ever need in your kitchen. But what temperature does poultry need to be cooked to? Is it A, 145 degrees Fahrenheit, B, 160 degrees Fahrenheit, C, 165 degrees Fahrenheit, or is it D, 180 degrees Fahrenheit? What is the recommended internal cooking temperature for chicken and turkey, any kind of poultry? What is it? This is important for food safety. What is the food safe temperature? And trust me, if you only cook your turkey to this temperature, you will have the most moist, delicious, perfect, I'm like salivating, I'm drooling just thinking about it, the most perfect turkey ever. You need a meat thermometer. What temperature do you need to cook it to? Let's show our clip of a chicken I cooked the other day. The answer is 165 degrees. That is the internal temperature that you want to cook your poultry to. Don't go up to 180. You're going to end up drying out all of your meat. Don't do 145. That's pork. Pork needs to be cooked to 145. Poultry, 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and you will get the perfect, most moist, juicy bird every single time. Well, how did you do? We want to know. Let us know in the comment section. Share this with a friend that you want to compete against. See who comes up with the highest score. And hopefully you've learned something today and tested your culinary IQ. Be sure to let us know too if you got all of the answers right. I will be totally impressed. If you like this, give it a quick like and thumbs up, and let us know in the comment section so we know if we want to do these quiz shows or game shows in the future. Was it fun? I thought so. See you later.